The calendar is counting down. We are just weeks away from October. And if you think the prices in your grocery store are bad now, if you think your budget is already stretched to its breaking point, then you are about to face a brutal financial shockwave that will hit you like a truck. Because while the mainstream media distracts you with petty politics, a silent economic war is being waged behind the scenes. And a massive, unavoidable surge of new tariffs is about to slam into our supply chains. This isn't a prediction. This isn't a guess. This is a mathematical certainty. Today, we are giving you the unvarnished, brutal truth. The 9 essential products that will not just increase, but double in price before October is even over. This is your final warning. This is your last chance to secure these critical items at anything close to their current cost. Ignore this information at your own financial peril. Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This is my personal analysis based on my own research. It is for informational and educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Number 1. Appliances. You walk into the store looking for a refrigerator, a washer, maybe a basic dishwasher, nothing fancy, just something reliable. But what if I told you that before October, the price tag you see today could be twice as high, not because of demand, but because of tariffs? The appliances we depend on every day, the machines that wash our clothes, cool our food, and power our kitchens, are at the center of a massive price spike. Here's why. Most major home appliances rely on imported steel, aluminum, and electronic components, often from countries now facing steep U.S. tariffs. The cost of materials has already surged by 25–50%, and those costs are now hitting your local appliance store. And it's not just new models. Replacement parts are drying up, and the ones that remain? Marked up so aggressively that fixing an old machine might cost more than buying a new one. Major manufacturers like Whirlpool and GE have already issued warnings. In 2022, prices rose by 12%. In 2024, we saw 18% on top of that. And now, in 2025, we're staring down a curve that could double costs in just a few months. If your appliance fails this fall, be ready to either wait or pay double. And here's the scary part. You won't see the hike coming. You won't be warned at the checkout, but it's there waiting in the next shipment. Your best move? If your appliances are aging or on their last legs, act now before the October surge, because after that, replacing a broken fridge could cost you the same as a used car. And if this opened your eyes, hit subscribe. We're tracking every price shock, every trap, and every move the market won't warn you about. Number 2. Imported fashion. Textiles. You slip into your favorite hoodie, lace up your go-to sneakers, maybe grab a lightweight summer shirt from the rack. It feels routine. But what if I told you those same pieces might cost you double by fall? Behind the bright displays and endless sales, the American fashion market is bracing for a quiet explosion, and it starts with a word no one likes to say out loud: tariffs. Over 70% of the clothes sold in the U.S. are made overseas, especially in China, India, Bangladesh, and Vietnam. And with new tariff rounds hitting textiles, dyes, and imported labor, fashion retailers are facing cost jumps of 30–60%. And guess who's footing the bill? You. Brands won't tell you up front. But those fall 2025 collections are being priced right now, and buyers from major chains have already confirmed. Prices for everyday basics, shirts, socks, jackets, are being adjusted up quietly. In fact, earlier this year, a report from the American Apparel and Footwear Association showed that tariffs were already the largest hidden tax on U.S. clothing. And with the latest increase, that hidden tax just got a lot louder. Think you'll skip it with discount stores or online outlets? Think again. Off-brand and budget labels rely even more heavily on cheap imports. Once tariffs hit, even those $9.99 tees may become $19.99 or worse. And here's the kicker. You won't see the difference. You won't feel it until the receipt prints. But it's there, stitched into the seams of every garment coming this fall. So if your wardrobe's due for a refresh, or your kid's back-to-school shopping list isn't done, move now. Because once these shipments cross the new tariff lines, that basic hoodie might cost you like a branded one. Hit subscribe if this helped, because we're not done. This tariff wave isn't slowing down. Number 3. Groceries and pantry staples. You walk into the grocery store. You grab the same items you always do: a jar of peanut butter, a bag of rice, maybe some canned chili or oatmeal. But the total? It feels higher. Again. And now, thanks to a new wave of tariffs, it's about to jump even higher, quietly, aggressively, and without warning. We're talking about pantry staples, the shelf-stable goods that millions of Americans rely on. Pasta, frozen veggies, fruit preserves, soup bases, cooking oils, even your favorite condiments. Why the spike? Because many of these foods are made from ingredients imported from countries now hit with tariffs, especially China, India, Brazil, and EU nations. Soy oil, cocoa, spices, tomato concentrate, vinegar blends, packaged meat, all tied to a global supply chain that just got a whole lot more expensive. In a recent forecast from the USDA, processed foods are expected to rise another 7 to 12%, and tariff-driven import costs are a major reason why. Even major brands Smucker, Kraft, Heinz, Hormel have already announced new rounds of price increases. And these aren't luxury foods. These are the basics, staples, the things people stock up on when money's tight, or when storms roll in. And here's the trap. The packaging doesn't change. The aisle stays quiet, but the price quietly doubles or the portion shrinks. So you feel the squeeze without ever hearing the alarm. That family-size cereal? Now 2 ounces less. That cooking oil? 50% higher since January. That box of pasta? Now made with substitute flour to dodge tariffs. Want the truth? This isn't just inflation. It's engineered cost manipulation, wrapped in global trade policy, and you're paying the price. Before October hits, take a hard look at your pantry. Stock what you can, freeze what lasts. Because if you wait, you might be paying double for the exact same shelf. And if this helped you see it coming, hit that subscribe button. We're not done exposing the hidden costs buried in plain sight. Number 4, cheese and specialty groceries. You pick up a block of Parmesan, maybe a wedge of brie, a little imported olive oil, or a bottle of balsamic vinegar. It feels like a splurge, something special for dinner. But by October, that splurge could become a luxury you can't afford. Because the aisle you thought was indulgent is about to be price hiked into oblivion. Here's why. Imported cheese, olive oil, vinegar, spices, chocolate, and packaged specialty foods are all caught in the crosshairs of a brutal new wave of U.S. tariffs. Some of these tariffs? 15%, 25%, even 50% overnight. And these aren't rare items. Over 60% of gourmet and specialty groceries in U.S. stores are imported. That creamy brie from France, that aged Parmigiano from Italy, that olive oil you drizzle on everything from Spain, Greece, or Tunisia, all of them under direct fire. And here's what makes it worse. Retailers won't warn you. They'll simply pass the cost on to you or shrink the portions while charging the same. You won't notice it until your $8 wedge of cheese is suddenly $16, until your favorite olive oil costs more than your main course, until that gift basket you buy for the holidays feels like a mortgage payment. This isn't theoretical. Earlier this year, the U.S. Trade Representative's Office finalized tariff increases on a wide range of imported European food products, part of ongoing trade retaliation cycles. Food importers are panicking. Restaurants are rewriting menus. Shoppers? They're about to feel blindsided. And it's not just cheese. It's specialty flours, sauces, truffles, cured meats, infused oils, artisan jams, and even certain chocolates. So if you're a foodie or you just like a decent grocery upgrade now and then, you've got weeks, not months, before the price spike hits. Stock up smart. Freeze what lasts. And maybe hold off on that charcuterie board. Because once October lands, your favorite flavors may cost more than the entire meal. Number 5, coffee. You wake up, shuffle to the kitchen, hit the brew button. Coffee isn't just part of your morning, it is your morning. But what if I told you that first sip might cost you double by October? No warning, no label change, just a quiet spike in one of America's most sacred rituals. Here's what's brewing behind the scenes. The U.S. gets a massive share of its coffee beans from Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam, and Ethiopia, and thanks to new U.S. tariffs and tightening trade rules, those imports are now up to 50% more expensive. Why? Brazil, one of our biggest suppliers, just got slapped with retaliatory tariffs on agricultural exports, and smaller roasters across the U.S. are already waving the red flag. They can't absorb these costs forever. We're not talking fancy blends either. We're talking your basic ground coffee, your store-brand K-cups, your favorite instant mix. Already, the futures market for Arabica beans has jumped 27% this year. Add tariffs, and grocery store prices are now ticking upward every month, and we haven't even hit October. And don't think buying in bulk will save you. Distributors are quietly cutting contracts, shortening supply, and raising prices on roasters who'll have no choice but to pass it along. The real kicker? It's not just price, it's shelf space. Your regular brand might not even be there next month. Or it'll come in a smaller bag, for a bigger price. You won't smell the loss, you won't taste the shift. But your wallet will feel every sip. And for seniors, busy parents, night shift workers, anyone who relies on caffeine to function, this isn't just a price hike. It's a daily disruption. Before October, stock your pantry, freeze your beans, lock in your favorites now, or pay premium prices for subpar blends that didn't even taste good before they doubled in cost. Number 6, smartphones and laptops. You check your phone 96 times a day. That's the national average. You reply to emails, stream videos, track your steps, message family. It's not a luxury anymore, it's your lifeline. But what if I told you that by the time you go to upgrade that phone or replace that aging laptop, the price could double overnight? Because right now, the global tech market is on edge. And for US consumers, that edge is about to cut deep. Here's the truth. Almost every smartphone and laptop sold in America, from iPhones to Androids, from budget Chromebooks to MacBooks, relies on imported components from China, Taiwan, and South Korea. Screens, chips, batteries, logic boards, even the screws. And now, with new rounds of US tariffs targeting Chinese tech, some of those components are facing import duties of 25%, 35%, even 50%. Major brands like Apple and Dell won't say it out loud, but they're already adjusting their retail pricing models, and insiders say a fall spike is all but guaranteed. It's not just new devices either. Repairs will skyrocket. Cracked screens, battery swaps, hard drive upgrades all rely on tariff-impacted parts. And refurbished models? They're already drying up, as suppliers hoard inventory or price it to match demand. In April, the Consumer Technology Association warned that tariffs could raise laptop and smartphone prices by up to 34%, even before shipping delays and inflation kick in. You won't hear about this at checkout. You won't get a notice from your carrier. But you'll feel it the moment your $799 upgrade becomes $1,299. And if you're a student, freelancer, or remote worker relying on that device to make a living, that's not just frustrating, it's paralyzing. So what can you do? If your phone is dying, upgrade now. If your laptop is aging, consider a reliable model now, not later. And if your work or safety depends on your tech, don't wait for October. Because once those shipments cross the tariff line, your next device might not come with a discount, it might come with a price you can't afford. Number 7, Frieden Toys. Electronics. You click buy now on that phone charger, Bluetooth speaker, or kid's toy from halfway around the world. It's cheap, convenient, and arrives at your door without customs fees. It's been that way for years. But what if I told you that era just ended? And for millions of everyday imports, the era of surprises is over, and so may buying cheap from overseas. Here's the bombshell. The US just eliminated the de minimis duty-free exemption, a policy that allowed shipments valued under $800 to enter duty-free. In one swoop, every international parcel is now taxed at 10%, 30%, 50%, or hit with a flat fee of up to $200. No exceptions. Toys, video games, phone accessories, novelty mugs, hobby parts, almost every package you use to order overseas without fees, now facing a hidden tariff. And it's not theoretical. Temu, Shein, and other big e-tailers have already raised prices or limited US listings, leaving customers scrambling as shipping and listing costs spike. This isn't just inconvenient, it's a blow to your wallet and your choices. Want that quirky sticker? That gadget? That collectible? You might pay nearly double or get shut out entirely. Even more alarming, foreign postal services from over 30 countries have paused US shipments, all while FedEx, DHL, and private shippers scramble to collect duties at the door. Your late-night impulse buy might not arrive, might cost more than the item itself, so what do? Shop smarter, seek US-based stockists, bulk pack essentials before the tariff ramp-up, or support American makers, because once the next toy hits your cart, it may come with a checkout fee you never saw coming and an alarm you won't ignore again. Number 8. Clothing and athletic shoes. You walk into the store, grab a pair of sneakers, a pack of socks, maybe a few shirts for the kids. It's routine until you see the receipt and wonder what just happened. Because what used to cost $40 now costs $80. And no, it's not just inflation, it's tariffs. And they're about to hijack your closet. Here's what's happening. 98% of all shoes and 94% of clothing sold in the US are imported. Most come from China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and India, countries now facing aggressive new US tariffs as high as 60%. That's not a typo, 60%. And while the headlines focus on trade wars and national security, retailers are quietly baking those costs into everything you wear. In fact, industry leaders like the American Apparel and Footwear Association have already sounded the alarm. These new tariffs will act as a hidden tax on families, hitting the most affordable items first, like school shoes, plain t-shirts, athletic gear, and winter jackets. The worst part? You won't see it coming. No label will scream, now 40% more. But the shelves won't lie. The sales will vanish. The price tags will sting. That $49 hoodie, try $89 by October. That back-to-school deal, gone. Even budget stores like Walmart and Target are rethinking inventory because their core suppliers are now caught in the tariff net. And for families with kids, fixed incomes, or seasonal jobs, that's not just inconvenient. That's survival math. Don't count on clearance racks. Don't wait for holiday sales. Because this fall, the discounts may never come. So what can you do? Stock essentials, now, socks, outerwear, shoes before prices reset. Watch for US made brands or tariff-exempt alternatives, but act fast, those inventories are limited. Avoid fast fashion traps, they'll be hit hardest, with low quality and high price tags. Because what used to be a basic shopping trip might soon feel like a luxury run. If this gave you a heads up before your next wardrobe bill blindsides you, hit that subscribe button, because your closet is the next battlefield. And this isn't over yet. Number 9, beauty, products, and skincare. You stand in the aisle, scanning creams, serums, sunscreens, shampoos. The labels promise radiance, glow, anti-aging. The price seems fair, the routine feels familiar. But what if I told you that routine is about to betray you, not on your skin, but in your wallet? Because the entire beauty aisle is under fire, and the reason? New tariffs on imported cosmetics, packaging, and ingredients. Let's break it down. Over 60% of skincare and personal care products sold in the US rely on imported ingredients or are fully produced overseas. That includes everything from Korean sheet masks to French serums to everyday drugstore moisturizers made with foreign extracts. And now, those imports are facing tariffs ranging from 15 to 50%, depending on their country of origin. Countries like South Korea, China, France, Italy, and Germany. Some of the biggest beauty exporters to the US. What does that mean for you? That moisturizer that costs $19.99 could be $29.99 by October. That serum you love at $40, expect $60 or more. And don't think switching to drugstore brands will save you. Many of them use imported active ingredients, hyaluronic acid, glycolic acid, essential oils, all of which are now tariffed. Even packaging costs are rising due to tariffs on plastics and metals. But here's the kicker. Retailers won't announce it. No tariff tax tag will be on the shelf. The price will just rise, and you'll blame inflation. Some stores will try to hide it by shrinking the bottle, diluting the formula, or hiking bundle prices. But the damage is real, and it's already happening. In May, insiders from the Personal Care Products Council issued a private warning. Tariffs could significantly alter product availability, pricing, and shelf consistency across major retailers. Translation? Expect missing items, higher costs, and confusing substitutions. And if you've got sensitive skin, hormonal imbalances, medical skincare needs, now you're not just paying more, you're stuck hunting for a replacement mid-routine. So what's your move? Stock up now on the products you already use, especially anything imported. Watch your ingredient lists. Products with global actives will be hit hardest. Don't fall for the new formula hype this fall. It might just be a cheaper substitute. Because this fall, your favorite face cream could come with a luxury price tag without the luxury feel. If this helped you catch the hidden cost behind the beauty aisle's silence, smash that subscribe button, because your skin deserves better than getting priced out without warning. You made it to the end, and that already sets you apart. Because now you know, this isn't just about price tags. It's about what they're hiding behind those tags. The quiet tariffs, the sneaky shrinkflation. The labels that don't warn you until your cart costs double. And worst of all, the products you've trusted for years in your pantry, your closet, your daily routine are changing. Not because you chose differently, but because they did. This isn't a price hike. It's a silent shift in control. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But you can protect yourself. By staying ahead, staying informed, and refusing to get blindsided when the next wave hits. So if this helped you see through the shelf, if this peeled back just one layer of the game you were never meant to notice, then don't walk away and forget. Hit that like button, show the algorithm that the truth still matters. Subscribe because next week's trap won't come with a warning either. Share this with someone you care about, someone still trusting a system that quietly turned on them. This channel is your early warning system, and trust me, this was just the beginning.